Okay, so today's lesson will be on measuring and drawing angles, and it's on page 228 to 229 of the Caboodle textbook. So if you want to have a look at that, that's absolutely fine. We're going to be using a protractor, so if you've got a protractor you can use one. If not, the Caboodle questions don't require a protractor at all. And there's extra questions you can do on MyMaths as well, where it's got measuring on with a protractor. Just going to talk you through the basics of measuring with a protractor now. Clearly you can see in this protractor there's two sections with numbers on them. There's a section on the outside which goes from 0 to 180, and there's a section on the inside which goes from 180 down to 0, or this way around, anti-clockwise, 0 to 180. So we have to get used to measuring either in this direction, clockwise with the outside numbers, or anti-clockwise with the inside numbers. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to demonstrate how we draw different angles. So I'm going to draw an angle of 50 degrees. So we'll draw an angle of 50 degrees. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up something to measure from. So I'm just going to draw a line of reasonable length, about 7 centimetres, and I'm going to draw an angle of 50 degrees. Now, in order to do that, what I need to do is I need to place my protractor carefully on the end of the line so that the bottom line of the protractor lines up with this line here. So you can see there's a line that goes straight over where I've drawn my line. Now I'm going to measure 50 degrees. If I go on the outside, the numbers are not going up, they're not increasing. So I need to use the inside angles, inside numbers there. So you can see it goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and I put a little mark where it is at 50, just there in line. And then I can join that up to the end. So that angle there, which I did anti-clockwise, is 50 degrees. So the measure of turn, because angles are measuring turns, from this line to this one would be 50 degrees. The measure of turn from this line to this line would also be 50 degrees. Okay, now I'm going to try and draw an angle which is obtuse. So an obtuse angle, which you know is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. So I'm going to draw an angle of 115 degrees. So again, I need a line to measure from, so I'm going to draw a line to measure from, just here. Again, just make it reasonably long, about 7 centimetres there, and I'm going to measure it from this corner to go there. So you get your protractor, and you lay it down flat, put the end against the middle there, sorry, against the end of the line, so that the bottom of the protractor matches up. And this time, the way that I've drawn it, I'm just going to adjust my camera slightly, so you can see a bit better. Goes from 0, and this time it's increasing on the outside of the line. So we're going 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all the way to 100, 110, 115. Now 115 is halfway between 110 and 120. So mark a point at 115 and then draw the line. So then we've got an angle of 115 degrees. This time it was going clockwise, so 115 degrees to there. The turn from there to there would be 115 degrees. Or the turn from this line to here would also be 115 degrees. So all we need to be able to do is look at angles. We need to be able to measure them. So I've drawn some out there. This time I'm just going to draw an angle, and then I'm going to see if I can work out what that angle is if I measure it. So I'm drawing an angle here. I'll make it a little bit shorter this time. And my angle is going to be there. So I need to work out what that angle is. So again, I get the protractor, and I place this time the middle of the protractor against the corner just there. and then we can see we're working around from this line I've drawn to this line I've drawn, and if you can read that, it's just below 70, and it's 2 marks below, so that would make 68 degrees. 2 from 70 is 68 degrees. So that is how we measure angles, and this is how we draw angles out. So we can use a protractor to do that, or we can use the pictures in the book to help us. So now you should be able to attempt the questions on pages 228 and 229. So good luck.